This is the raw, real, uncut story of the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, which hit North Carolina earlier this year. This is coming directly from the people who had to survive the storm, or those that are there volunteering and helping clean up the aftermath. These interviews are from a little town called Pensacola, where there was a camp of volunteers set up. These interviews are from 1 to 2 months after the storm had happened. This is the boots on the ground perspective of those that are there living it. We all have a different perspective, and we all saw different things. If you want my perspective, you can go back to video number 186 on this YouTube channel. As far as these interviews go, I wanted to tell the whole in-depth story. These interviews are one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do. I've really struggled hard with posting these videos, but the world needs to know what's really happening out there and what these poor people have had to go through. This isn't about politics or views or anything like that. This is simply about telling the story firsthand and in depth. All I'm trying to do is figure out the best way to help these people by any means possible. I ask everyone to please stay positive and to not post negative comments about these brave people who are telling their stories. Seeing all the destruction was one of the hardest things I've ever had to witness. But at the same time, watching everyone come from all over the country with different backgrounds and different beliefs and all working together to help their fellow human was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I'm starting to realize these same problems are being encountered in every natural disaster. Please, let's work together to try and find solutions that will help these people. Thanks, everyone. So I'm trying to do these interviews in order of when I took them. This was roughly about my halfway point through the time I was there. So this was about 6 weeks after the storm happened. And I was at the laundromat down the road. There was a church, and there was a little laundromat set up with a bathroom and shower house and stuff like that. And I think that was brought by FEMA, and that was really the only sign of any government, anything I saw out there personally. But I was just there, and I started talking to Wendy here, and she was sweet and kind enough to give me an interview, and I really cannot tell her how much I appreciate it. And we all have our own perspectives, and this was her perspective, so I cannot tell her how much I appreciate her being kind enough to share her perspective with all of us. We even got to do one of my favorite interviews, which is a philosophy interview I do, and she was also kind enough to share all of her perspectives and philosophy, and lo and behold, she even flipped the camera back on me and interviewed me and got my philosophy views and stuff, and did a little philosophical interview with me, so it was pretty fun. The next video I do will be philosophy with her, and then followed by her interview of philosophy with me. Stay posted, they're all pretty fun. And I greatly appreciate her for taking the time to do these videos and for talking to us. Thank you very much. All right, so I am out here in Pensacola, North Carolina, and I am with Wendy, and she is just a resident here. And what are your thoughts on everything that's going on around here?
Well, this is a beautiful, special, wonderful place, and I'm from Florida originally, but I grew up here in the summers, and we would come every summer and rent a place for about a month, and got to know the community, loved it, fell in love with it. My dad was a Methodist minister. There were a lot of Methodist ministers in this area, in the Cattail Creek area, and that's how we found it. But yeah, we fell in love with it. Always wanted a place of our own and couldn't afford it. So our grandmother eventually found a little cabin up on Cattail Creek Road and bought it. And then my parents retired there. They actually had to take down the cute little cabin.
Aww.
And they built their retirement home there, and then I'm the third generation. So this is deep in my heart. I love this area. So I was here when the flood came.
Oh, you were here when it happened?
And I was I'm on the creek. I'm right on the creek, so I know the power of water and what it can do. And with the help of a couple of friends who were just demanding that I leave, I went up to the top of the mountain where a friend who wasn't there said, stay at my place, which I'm really glad that I did. And so then we came out on Friday, and everybody just came. We were like mummies. We were just so stunned, and just kind of walking around with our mouths a gate. We
Right.
just couldn't believe what we were seeing. There were mudslides, all kinds of homes that had been destroyed.
Yeah.
So I was there for 4 nights, and then helicoptered out the 5th day, and have been just very grateful for all the help that has, and love and support that has been shown this area, and really all over. It's just it's been amazing.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's just it's so hard to witness, and I empathize with you guys, and I know that if my community got turned upside down and I
Right.
couldn't do it all on our own, that we'd want all the help we could get. And it seems like every dark cloud has a silver lining, and the
Right.
community coming together and everybody just working together as strangers has been a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
And it's restored a lot of faith in humanity. But
it does. Absolutely does.
and I empathize with you guys, and I'm so sorry you've had to witness this. But
Well, we appreciate you coming.
is there anything that you could need, or that you would see that would fill in the holes? Anything that you guys are missing or needing?
No, it's overwhelming, and I am definitely one of the luckier ones, even though I have a lot of damage to the erosion of the house underneath, and I'm right on the creek. I'm lucky that my house is still standing, and I have another home in Tallahassee that I usually split time with, so I'm 6 months here, 6 months in Florida. So, but a lot of people up here don't have another home,
Right.
and this is it, for better or worse, or no home at all. So, I can't imagine what they would be doing if they didn't have the assistance that they do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just it's a beautiful thing to
Yeah.
watch.